Good morning. Welcome back to Mark Kelly Farm. It's a beautiful day here in Nebraska. It's supposed to get darn near 60 degrees today in January, which is unheard of, but we'll take it. So, as promised in yesterday's video, today we're going to smoke some rabbit. Now, my neighbor Carl gave us these rabbits, and he doesn't have pink flamingos in his yard, but his name is Carl and he is my neighbor. He's got a rabbitry, and he culls his rabbits every now and then if they don't perform well. And he's already got a freezer full of rabbits, so he gave them to me. So we're going to smoke these rabbits. We've made some different dishes before on previous rabbits that he's given us. And we'll go through the smoking process, and we got it started actually yesterday. So after the rabbits were butchered, and I didn't show you the butchering process, there's plenty of those videos on the internet, and sometimes YouTube gets a little sticky. But after we butchered them, we have our food grade bucket here. We put the rabbits in the bucket, and the brine for the rabbits is a gallon of water, 1 1/3 cups of kosher or pickling salt, and 2/3 cup brown sugar. Now we have 2 rabbits, so I doubled that recipe, and then I just put a heavy plate in that bucket to hold the rabbits underneath the brine. And I put that in our downstairs refrigerator down in the basement because there's room for a bucket down there. And we soaked them overnight. So now we've taken them out of the brine, and we spatchcocked the rabbits, which just basically means flattening them out. I cut down the rib cage so I could flatten out the breastbone, and you just kind of break the pelvic bone here, and it'll flatten out. So now I've got them laid out on our drying racks or baking racks, cooling racks, whatever you want to call them, on top of a cookie sheet. I've patted them dry with some paper towel. And we're going to let these sit until the skin dries out and that moisture dries off the skin, and the skin gets a little tacky. By doing this, letting the skin, I don't want to say skin because there's really no skin on these, but letting the meat dry out allows the smoke to stick a lot better. Now, this recipe is my Aunt Maggie's. I call her Tia Maggie because we're a Portuguese family. It's her recipe, and I love her smoked chicken, so I wanted to give it a try. Now, she grew up in a family of 13 with my dad. She was my dad's sister, and she is my dad's sister. My dad's passed. She's still alive. But they grew up on a farm where they raised lots of rabbits because rabbits were a good meat source. They didn't raise up as a wealthy family. They had to make do with what they had. So they had rabbits on the dairy, and they could feed them readily with kind of the same feed they fed the cows, a little hay, a little whatever. And they always had a source of meat. And my grandma would even take the pelts from the rabbits, and she would make little fur coats for all the grandkid girls, little fur coats for their Barbie dolls. It was the neatest thing. And some of my cousins still have those fur coats for their Barbie dolls this day. That'd be quite a treasure. But enough of all the history, even though I love history. We're going to let these dry out. I'm going to go out and get the Masterbuilt Gravity Series ready to smoke these. And we'll continue on. All right, we got our rabbits dried out. We brought them out to the smoker, which is up to temperature. We've taken our temperature probe and we've put it into the thickest part of the meat, which is in this rear thigh back here. And we've covered both rabbits in a layer of bacon because rabbit is very lean. And we like this brand of bacon that we found here in Nebraska called Daly's. And it's still 16 ounces. They're giving us a pound still, so very good company. So we're going to close this baby up and we're going to set our probe temperature to a goal of 165 because we want to finish out at 165 degrees. So our cooking temperature is 225 degrees. And I'm guessing it's going to take 2 or 3 hours to bring that rabbit up to 165. But we can monitor it from the nice warmth of the house because we have the app. And it will alert us when it gets to 165. Now, isn't that cool? And it'll also do it over the internet too. It's connected to the Wi-Fi. So even if I leave the house for a while, I can still monitor the cook. Now, if you ever have never had rabbit before, it's really good meat. It tastes a lot like chicken. I know that's cliche, but it does. It's just maybe just a little bit sweeter. It's higher in protein than every other meat, including chicken, beef, pork, all those. And it's lower in fat than all of those meats. It's a really good source of vitamin B12 and vitamin E. It's higher in minerals than all the other meats, with the exception of sodium, which is a good thing if you're on a low sodium diet or something like that. But you'll get your sodium back if you season it up or with the brine or something like that. But it's a really healthy, lean meat to eat. It's one of the best meats you can have. And yeah, we added bacon to it, but you don't have to eat the bacon, I guess. All right, we've pulled them off the grill. They reached the internal temperature of 165 degrees, and that's what you're looking for. So we're going to go ahead and pull this bacon off and save it for something else. And then when the rabbits cool off, we'll pull the meat off the bone and see what we got. Okay, we got the bacon pulled off. The rabbit looks fantastic, a deep mahogany color. Took a little taste of it already. It's super good. Nice smoky, kind of salty, smoky flavor. So that is smoked rabbit. So I hope you enjoyed the video. It's good stuff. So if you can get a hold of a rabbit, I know sometimes they're pretty expensive if you source them somewhere, but if you know a rabbit farmer, you can get them a lot cheaper. So if you got any questions, feel free to throw them in the comments. If not, stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you guys.